Watch the ride.
Come on. Hey everybody. So, I have a bit of a sort of a subject. So as you know, I've been talking on social media a little bit about the possibilities of selling Derek, because I just might have to. Of the two bikes, the only one that's actually practical is this one. So the Supermoto is the one that's going to have to go if one of them goes. But I'm sort of in a bit of a quandary, because this is a good time to sell. The insurance is due in March. He's in good nick, you know, he's in probably the best condition he's been in since I got him, pretty much. Now we know that, because of how much has been sorted out on him. But I'm starting to wonder, oh no, hang on, no, let me clarify this. What I'm wondering about only affects the UK. If you're from America, I know DRZs are 10 a penny, I know they're super dirt cheap, I know that they are just a dog of a bike that no one really wants. Okay, different case in England, not common, not easy to find. Blue and white ones like Derek are particularly unusual. From my understanding, there is much more yellow ones out there, a lot more black ones than the blue and whites. Now, when I was doing research before I bought him a couple of years ago, I'd spent a good year or two looking up, and the prices that DRZs were going for back then was, you know, it was quite low. And I've recently had another scout around, because obviously I'm thinking about possibly having to part ways with him, which is, I'll get on to sort of the emotional side of it in a minute, but the logical, you know, to the point stuff. Given that the DRZ is pretty much the last carbed supermoto you could get in the UK, and it's a bit of a cult bike, and the people that love them absolutely love them, and they're getting rarer, I'm just starting to wonder, has the DRZ got the potential for its price to start increasing? You know, will there be some appreciation on the DRZ in time to come? Now, some of you might be laughing here. Now, I get it, I know it's just a DRZ and they're not the best supermoto out there at all, and there's better options. But if you want a DRZ, there isn't many. And the longer it goes on, the less there's going to be. And if you want a blue and white one, well, that's going to get even harder. You know? I know he's had a 440 kit put on him, but for a lot of people that's a plus. You know, the entire water cooling system's been overhauled, it's in pucker condition. So, the thing is, I've noticed the prices seem to be a little bit stronger than they used to be, quite a bit stronger actually, and mileage doesn't seem to be having such an effect. Although obviously the mileage on Derek's a little bit arguable, because yeah, sure enough, like the crank has done 25,000 miles or wherever it is, I can't remember exactly now, maybe it's 28, I can't remember. But the piston, the bore, that's new, you know, as I say, the cooling system, that's all new. Well, a lot of it is anyway. So yeah, as I say, the prices seem to have gone up in recent years, but that might just be blue lights behind me. I'm going to get the fuck off the road. I don't think anyone else has noticed this yet. I'm going to wait for it to get a bit closer. There we go. So as I say, the DRZ400SM particularly has got a few features to it which I think give it the opportunity to become something it's going to appreciate. I'm not going to say it's going to become an extremely expensive bike, no one's going to pay a lot of money for one, but I might, you know, I might be able to get back what I paid for it, if not slightly more. So let me know what you think on that, though I'm probably crazy. Anyway, the emotional side of it, selling Derek will be horrendous. I look at that bike and it stands for so much for me. It's a bike I bought with the money from my crash. You know, that was one of the silver linings to all of the problems that caused, and the continuing, you know, sort of day-to-day pain. It was I look at that bike and I'm like, well, at least something good came out of it. And I got my license. But you can't be too sentimental about these things. Then again, I look at it and we're like, yeah, but it's a style of bike that I love. I absolutely adore it. And then I'm like, yeah, but you just don't use it. Because most of the time, I have to go places that I don't want to do it on the DRZ. It is a toy bike, it is great for the weekends, it's great for the country roads, but I just don't ride as much as I used to. I can't afford to do it, it costs too much. Because what you see, one side of my brain says, look, you own it, You don't owe anything on it. It's yours. Just, you know, you could sawn it, not insure it, keep it, you know, keep it nice and stored up in the garage, and then one day in the future, when you've got the money to really get it out and use it more, you can do that again. I'm like, yeah, but then why that? I don't like bikes that just sit there and don't live. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll sell it, and then 2 minutes down the line, I'm going to, I don't know, come up with some great idea and make a good amount of money for it that would have just, you know, would have meant I didn't need to sell it, or maybe I'll find a different job. You know, I'm still looking for jobs while I'm doing everything else that I'm doing. I've been for interviews as little as only a couple of weeks ago. I don't bother talking about it anymore, because most of these interviews I go for are kind of, I just go and chat with them and see what I think, if it seems particularly good. And quite often it turns out that it's not quite as sweet as it seems, and I'm better off doing what I'm doing. But it's good to be constantly going through the interviews and just being relaxed, talking to people. You know, I've actually turned jobs down. They weren't good. They weren't, like, you know, a great job. It basically worked out financially better for me to continue what I'm doing now, because if I do that, I can't do any of this, and you know, it worked out better this way. A lot more work for me, but I'm happier doing it. It used to really concern me that if I didn't have a supermoto on this channel, people would go absolutely bonkers at me. But as I hardly ever ride him anymore, it doesn't seem to make a difference. And as recent times have proven, I'm not really fussed about. Saying this in the nicest way, I'm not really fussed about what you guys want, as it were, because the people that want to watch the videos generally just want to watch me make a video. The people that want me to be on a particular bike, they're more watching for the bike than the video, than sort of what I'm saying. And yeah, I mean, I've got nothing completely against that, but at the same time, it's like, you could just go and watch anyone. That's not a unique thing. And then I think about what got me into biking, and what grew that passion for me was having a supermoto. That ability to go anywhere. You know, oh yeah, I've taken DIVI green laning, but it's not something you want to do. But then again, I think, well, sure, I won't have the DRZ, but I nearly always have a 125 of some sorts, and I can probably get a couple of off-road style bikes that, you know, a year that I could take green laning and do a few trips on. Because that's what I tend to do when I'm green laning. I wait for a good amount of weather, and then I normally make several trips in a week or two, and just do a load of it and really enjoy it. And that's my green laning bit out of the way for a while. I don't go every weekend or stuff like that. It's just it just gets a bit samey around here, because the lanes are so, you know, there's not many lanes to choose from. Anyway, I did want to check something I heard about last night. You know, the combination of this bike and the DRZ, I think, is actually perfect. Because I've considered, because I know some people might say, why not sell both and buy one bike? Well, then I've got the thing, the insurance is probably going to be higher, and the value of the bike's higher and stuff like that. And I love DIVI. This bike has grown on me more than anything. It just fits me so comfortably. And that's ridiculous, because even Reno can flat foot this bike pretty much. But it's something about it that is just super comfortable to me, and I really enjoy riding it. I like it, and it does the job nicely, and it's reliable, and, you know, it's an old Yami. Come on. I think this is why I'm wondering about possible appreciation, because the logical side of my brain says sell Darren. The emotional side of my brain is saying, do not sell him. Do not do that. At the worst, sawn it and leave it in the garage. Do not sell it. Sell your fucking kidneys before you sell that bike, because you will regret it, and you will hate yourself, and you will never be able to get another one, most likely. And that's why I wonder, maybe the appreciation factor. That'll help me convince myself to keep it. Of course, at the end of the day, this is a completely personal decision. It's completely down to me, and no one can really sway anything. But that one question of possible appreciation in value due to rarity and what it is. Where's the train? It's going. I noticed a picture of someone absolutely destroyed an Ford RS. I must have been here. Yeah, it was there. Ha! In fact, look, it's smashed into here. So it's probably spun around a couple of times, taken out that as well. Unless it launched up it. I suppose that's always a possibility. Oh, yeah, and it ended up, like, over there. But there's no tyre marks, there's no braking, Wow. How bizarre. I know a lot of you are going to say, don't sell it, you know, you have to keep that bike, even if you rode it in only a few videos a year, and you know it's worth it, you'll know you'll want to keep hold of it. And my insurance may not be a big deal, because my insurance isn't hugely expensive. I think I'm going to be on about 8 years no claims bonus at this point, when it comes to renew it. I'm 32, you know, all in all, I should be paying not a lot. You know, no points, no endorsements, nothing. I'm a good boy who's just never been caught. Anyway, give me your thoughts. I'll catch you next time.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. You don't buy that? That's Sean Penn, 2001, I am Sam. Remember? Went full retard. Went home empty-handed.